Jezebel, this Brixton queen, living a life like a backstreet dream.
Hello everybody, you're welcome back again to the Reggae Appreciation Society. If you were on planet Earth in 1990, I can bet that you must have heard, danced, or sang along to the phenomenal song you just listened to in that short clip, the ridiculously catchy and breezy love song Close to You by British reggae legend Maxi Priest. This tune rocked dance floors, house parties, and dominated radio airwaves for a long time. As a youngster, my friends and I knew the iconic opening lyrics word for word by heart. She was a Jezebel, this Brixton queen, living her life like a bad sweet dream, and we idolized Maxi Priest to no end. The cool and charming ever-smiling crooner, whose vocals powered this crossover lovers rock masterpiece that became one of the biggest songs of that year. Aside from being such a great track, the lore behind it also fueled its mystique and the public's fascination with it. In what was the pre-internet era, the tabloids and general word on the street was that the song Close to You was the cathartic expression of the terrible heartbreak and abuse that Maxi Priest had suffered at the hands of a femme fatale in the form of a lovely lady from Brixton in London. The woman reportedly seduced Maxi into a whirlwind romance and eventually a toxic relationship that almost got him into trouble with some of the toughest and most dangerous men in the London underground sound system scene. A hard man that was called Keith Preddy, aka Keithy Axe. An affair that almost destroyed him just as he was on the cusp of international stardom. As the story goes, this Brixton queen appeared on Maxi's radar, or vice versa, depending on who you ask, in the late 1980s. When the singer was one of the heavy hitters of the legendary Saxon International Sound System, to which he had joined as a foundational member in 1981. Operating out of Lewisham, South London, it over time became one of the biggest sound systems in Britain and boasted of an unbeatable array of young fire-spitting DJs like Papa Levi, Smiley Culture, and Tipper Irie, among others, dominating rival crews in epic sound clashes all over the city. One of the main stomping grounds for Saxon was the area called Brixton, also in South London, and one of the most vibrant hubs of Caribbean culture in Britain itself. Saxon had won in countless victorious battles over top Brixton crews like the Unity sound system, with Maxi's smooth voice at the very center of all the action. Probably the most handsome reggae artist of his day, the ladies couldn't get enough of the crooner and always went weak in the knees as he did this thing on stage with loads of charm and sublime stagecraft. It was during one of such trips and from hanging out at Brixton that he met an exceptionally lovely neighborhood stunner that for this video we'll call Julie. She was a regular face in sound system circles and was an admirer of Maxi, but unlike most girls that the handsome ladies man from Lewisham had met, she didn't throw herself at him and played it very cool when he made a pass at her. Naturally, it caught his attention and eventually fascinated him to no end, and he would chase her non-stop. She eventually gave in to his charms, and the pair began a passionate romance. It's said that Maxi was crazy about her, but she, a handful and professional in matters of the heart, and soon began to toy with his emotions. In record time, Julie had Maxi wrapped around her finger, to the point that even his close friends all noticed she was manipulating him and stringing him along. But the sad part is that Maxi knew but was too obsessed to leave. A toxic relationship is bad enough, but Julie's guile was about to get dangerous. It so happened that she wasn't faithful and already had a boyfriend there in Brixton, but not just some average wally in the neighborhood, but a guy called Keith Preddy, popularly known as Keithy Axe, the owner of the notorious Small Axe sound system, arguably the most lethal sound crew on British soil. And not in a musical sense, mind you, but in terms of muscle and tough guys. As the Small Axe crew operated like a gang with their leader Keithy Axe, a terrifying figure that intimidated other sound crews and was no stranger to the inside of jail cells. For those who know Brixton, that is saying a whole lot. Maxi was familiar with Keithy but had no idea that Julie was his girlfriend until several weeks into the whole affair. And when he did, he finally broke it off, just in time for him to join Sly Dunbar and Robbie Shakespeare on the 1988 edition of the Taxi Connection tour of the US, Japan, and Europe. Throughout the affair, Keithy was in jail, but even behind bars, the word soon got to him that his Julie had been cheating with Maxi Priest, the pretty boy singer from Lewisham, and he swore to get even with the singer the moment he got out. and once he was free, he and his crew eventually tracked Maxi to a show in Birmingham a few months later, with the singer only escaping bodily harm due to the street smarts of Robbie Shakespeare. And according to rumors, it was the whole messy affair that inspired him to pour out his heart by writing the song Close to You. This story I just told you ran wild in 1990 and years after that, in what was the pre-internet social media era. But truth is, though Kitty Axe and his crew did track down Maxi Priest to a nightclub for messing with his girlfriend in 1988, we can confirm that the song Close to You definitely wasn't inspired by a toxic relationship as the lyrics suggest, but came from something a lot less dramatic. In late 1989, Maxi was working on the songs for his next album, Bonafide, and one fine morning was cruising through town in his drop-top SUV to go and meet up with his producers at the studio. As if it had been planned, throughout the drive, there was an unusually high number of lovely ladies walking in the streets. Maxi, the ladies' man, totally blown away by all the eye candy, found himself singing loudly to the ladies as he drove by, with the words, "I just want to be close to you," over and over till he got to the studio. And when he arrived, told his producers the idea he just got, and he will build the entire song around that one line. And the song's lyrics, like she was a Jezebel, this Brixton queen, living her life like a bad sweet dream, plus other parts like a devil woman locked inside, with the FOMO rising, I was scared, I think I was possessed, were what fueled the rumors that the streets linked to his run-ins with Kitty Axe, until Maxi Priest told the true story behind that song a few years ago. But whatever the case, Close to You took Maxi Priest from just being Britain's #1 reggae singer to one of the biggest reggae artists in the world, as it became a global smash that went #1 in the US and Canada, plus top 10 in 20 countries. Without a doubt, the biggest song of his career, and set the stage for a fantastic run in the 90s that continued with his mega duet with Shabba Ranks in House Call and the hit song That Girl with Shaggy. Close to You was a superb song and sonic delight, but the legend and rumors around it would add to its cultural impact, and the song everyone thinks about every time we talk about the amazing music of the wonderful Maxi Priest. So there you have it. Thank you for watching this video today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, Jah bless.